Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Kakasungura YouTube channel. As I told you, this year we are targeting 100,000 subscribers and we are at 85, so 15,000 more to go. If you are that kind of a person who watch my video minus subscribing, you are an enemy of progress. So if you're watching this video, the first thing you should do, confirm if you have subscribed. Click the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell so that once I upload a video, you are able to be automatically notified. Kaka, today I was reading an article in the Citizen Digital online. And this article was making a lot of sense to me because these are things I have spoken in the past. One, I had told you the housing project is meant for the rich. Why? You know, those units are sold at 3.1 million, 3.5 million. 3.5 million, that is the total cost. And then, according to Ruto, a hustler is supposed to raise 10% of the total cash for you to own those units. Meaning, a hustler must work hard and raise 350,000 Kenyan shillings. Wewe mama mboga, 350 umaishika pesa kwa mkono hivi ni yako, mtu ya bodaboda yako 350 uko nao, umesave na umekula, uko comfortable. Now, I'm happy the parliament has confirmed my sentiments. And I usually tell people, I don't do analysis just for comedy or for show off. I do something that I know what I'm talking about. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the parliamentary budget, according to the article I was reading here, it was warning and said the project is intended to benefit the rich. And that's true. Yes, the rich are going to buy those houses and rent to the poor. Mulisikia Ruto akisimama kwa gari akisema ati mama mboga una save sijui ni pesa ngapi kwa mwezi. And when I was calculating actually, by the end of those contributions utakuwa na 80,000 out of 350,000 Kenyan shillings. Imagine. Now, the parliament is saying that affordable housing program may be locked out as over 70% of those targeted are classified as middle class and low income earners. According to the Parliamentary Budget Office, it found that higher income earners were likely to benefit more, as 36% of funds set aside for the project were earmarked for the construction of institutional housing program and the project which target individual with a monthly income of 149,000 Kenyan shillings. Ladies and gentlemen, if you don't earn more than 149,000 Kenyan shillings, wewe sahau nyumba. Bodaboda amekuwa akiniambia hapa nje ati nyumba zitakuwa zetu, my friend. You are lost. I was walking in one of the markets around Kisii. And some women were telling, "Wewe unatuambia nini? Nyumba ni zetu, nyumba ni zetu." Na huyu anakuambia has never even saved 50,000 in a month. Sasa unashangaa hii 350 anaenda kuiba kwa nani? Now, the report further says that through the program, it was built as one aims of uplifting Kenyans living in deplorable conditions, facilitating access to affordable homes, and bridging the existing housing deficit of over 2 million units, right? According to Parliament, it says, it seems that after all, the plan can never work. Kaka, I said these things very early. Nilisema hii maneno hata kabla ianze. I said, whether you like it or not, and I instructed you to save my video for future reference. I told you this. If you think the housing project is meant for the poor, then wake up before you wet your bed. I said, this project is for the rich. And hii kitu hii ni ya mudosi. Hizi manyumba hizi mutapata mwenyewe. These guys cannot fight for these things without any profit. Hizi manyumba hizi kuna watu zina benefit, na ni hao watu hao wa State House. Hao mnawajua ni akina nani? So ladies and gentlemen, according to a financial and an economic analysis of the Affordable Housing Bill 2023 by the Parliamentary Budget Office, inasema the home ownership for those with a gross income of less than 50,000 is low. Where's pewa nyumba, right? Despite the government classifying beneficiaries into three, where 30% of the funds will be set aside for social housing targeting those with a monthly income of below 20,000, and another 30% earmarked for affordable housing project targeting persons with a monthly income between 20,000 and 149,000 Kenyan shillings. The 36% set aside for institutional housing, according to the report program, and project targeting these earners above 149. The Parliamentary office said, while statistics have shown that despite the numbers of those formally and informally employed being huge, representing 74%, and only 60% of the funds have been allocated to the categories of houses. The report further says, I'm reading verified information from the parliament. Hii sio propaganda. This is a verified report kutoka kwa bunge ya Mudosi Ruto. Sikia vile nasema. According to Jonah Ngeno, the housing committee chairman, he was saying, this was one of the issues that came up during public participation. The concern being the disparity in allocations, and it will be one of the matters that will be debated on. The research further noted that there was a lack of clarity on how the funds will be utilized under the Kenya Slum Upgrading, Low-Cost Housing and Infrastructure Fund, especially since counties are a part of the program, proposing that a framework for utilization of the funds be developed. The concerns that were raised over whether the government may decide to utilize the proceeds from the housing levy for other functions, Ngeno said, ring-fencing of the fund cannot be used for any other expenditure. This matter has been addressed in the finance. Hata nikiachia hapo, because this report is so huge and wide. Let me say this as I conclude my parting shot. Kaka, I've been telling you this and I want to repeat myself. One, Ruto is finding a way of controlling every shilling that comes from the citizen. He wants to have control over it. Like now, he's pushing to have control over the school fees. That is why he wants all the fees be deposited through the e-citizen. They be collected in one basket so that he can decide how to disseminate the funds into schools. In my yesterday video, I raised my reservations on the process because in my research, I raised so many key points which can attest that actually the process is bound to fail because previously we have lost billions of shillings in the e-citizen. It's not secure, it's not guaranteed, and it cannot operate. But they are pushing it because they know how they are going to sieve on those funds and accuse those involved of embezzling or stealing. Now, ladies and gentlemen, Ruto is pushing for the housing project. A man in Nyamira, uko tuseme Ekerenyo, uko ndani kabisa. Wewe uko reserve nyumbani. Uko na shamba ya baba yako, uko na nyumba, uko na ng'ombe unakamua, na uko na shamba ya kulima. Now, nyumba zimejengwa. Utaenda kuhama kutoka kwako, uende kulipa rent kwa nyumba ya serikali. I'm just asking. The housing project to me was to work in urban areas. Nairobi, Mombasa, Nakuru, and partly some towns, including Kisii, Nyamira. Zile za village. Hizo nyumba zijengwe near towns. So that those guys who cannot afford to pay rent in the normal apartments is able to find a house at an affordable subsidized price in the government unit. But ukisikia wakisema kwamba if you want to own the house, one, you pay a 10% deposit, right? When you pay a 10% deposit, the rest you pay slowly by slow. Now tell me, ladies and gentlemen, for sure, for sure. Nyinyi mnajua maisha vile imekuwa ngumu. Mama mboga mwenye anauza managu, bodaboda mwenye anaendesha pikipiki, in a day ana make sure ni shilingi 500. Hajanunua unga, hajalipa fees, hajalipa rent na hajanunua hata maji ya kunywa. Hiyo ni 500. Akianza kufanya expenditure, he has nothing to save. These are the people you are telling to raise 10% of 3.5 million. That amounts to 350,000. Halafu mnasema nyumba ni za mahasala. Thank God, Parliament has said exactly what I had said. It has stamped what I had spoken. Kuna wale mlisema kwa comment, oh, kaka unapiga Ruto, there's nothing positive Ruto anafanya, utaki. Ni sawa. Mimi ninaongea ukweli. You take it or leave it. Those are realities. And those are facts you can never erase. And I know. You know, I started this political analysis in the year towards the general election. Actually, few months to the general election. And I can bet all the videos are put here in this very same platform. All of them, they have come to pass. Kama ni mahasula kulia, you are crying. Kama ni mafuta kupanda, and they gave a projection and an estimation of the continuous rising of oil prices until 2025. And that will be achieved. It's a matter of time. God bless you, ladies and gentlemen. See you in the next video. So kama wewe uko nyumbani na unafikiria kwamba Ruto ameleta nyumba sana kutajirisha na wewe ni hustler, kama una mshahara ya 149, ndugu, funga mdomo and let the rich sell through. God bless you. See you in the next video. Asanteni sana.